Why We Move, Our Journey with Exercise, Episode 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Move to Improve. Talks about the ways that physical activity impacts your entire body, head to toe.
Hi, I'm RJ. We selected exercise as our subject because it's an activity that we both feel strongly about and experience regularly in one way or another.
Personally, I started exercising intensely during football and baseball seasons, but it carried out into my everyday life. It's something that I enjoy a lot, relieving any stress or just simply getting away.
Yeah, I totally agree. It began for me through team sports including football, water polo, and sailing. I enjoy the way I enjoy moving together and like playing team sports because I really believe that it's good for your body and mind. I also wanted to know, however, what's going on inside our body when we move, like on an anatomy and physiological level.
This is what we are going to be unveiling. Exercise is not simply about caloric burning. It alters the way your brain performs, your heart beats, and your breathing, and so on.
We will partition it into three major systems within the human body: the nervous, cardiovascular system, and respiratory system. We will show through each episode of how physical exercise impacts them and how your body responds.
Regardless of whether you're an athlete, a weekend walker, or starting out an exercise routine, this is for you.
All right, we'll see you in the next episodes.
Mind over muscle, exercise, and the nervous system, episode 2. Welcome back. Here, me and RJ will be talking about the nervous system today, which includes the central nervous system, your brain and your spinal cord, the peripheral nervous system, all the nerves that branch out almost across your entire body.
All right, adding on to what Etch said, your brain and your spinal cord, which is the central nervous system, is kind of like your boss. It issues all the commands, and then it works with the peripheral nervous system to send those commands. And the peripheral nervous system kind of acts like your like a delivery crew, and it takes those commands to your muscles and it reports back with sensory data like pain, heat, or pressure.
So when exercising, what happens then? First, your brain releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that make you feel better. That's why you tend to hear people say that they're either like happy or calm after having a full exercise.
Yeah. Not to mention, Etch, but your brain also like gets stronger too, not just your muscles when you work out. For example, regular aerobic exercise increases the size of your hippocampus, which is a part of your brain that's responsible for learning and memory. And studies show that when you exercise, the size of that grows, which basically means you're improving your memory and learning by exercising. Kind of fun fact
Mm,
there.
Also, adding on to that, like the nervous system is also responsible for controlling your balance, like coordination and reflexes. Like as you practice moment again and again, say running or jumping, your brain builds more effective neutral pathways, so you move more effectively and react more rapidly.
Yeah, for sure. Also, the PNS is heavily invested in muscle control. So the motor neurons tell your muscles to move at the right moment. When you practice it over and over again, like dribbling a basketball, you're building up that communication system in your neurons and also in your muscles. So you're also working out your brain when you work out, when you're firing all these neurons.
Yeah, and I think it also protects your nervous system in the long term. Like it can reduce your chances of getting neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's.
Yeah, that's true for sure. Exercise doesn't only construct muscle, it builds a stronger and more intelligent nervous system and brain.
Heart strong, the cardiovascular. Today, me and RJ are going to be discussing the cardiovascular system, which consists of your heart, your blood vessels, and your blood. It serves the purpose of circulating oxygen, nutrients, and waste throughout your body.
Yeah, while you exercise, your muscles need more oxygen and energy. Because of this, your heart beats more forcefully and rapidly, pumping the blood more quickly to wherever it's needed. Your heart's a muscle, and like when your heart's a muscle, you kind of it it has to work harder to produce output. You know what I mean? So you're doing all that.
This makes your heart stronger over the long haul, so it's kind of a key thing that you need, that what you just said. And it pumps more blood per beat, and your resting heart rate is reduced since your heart doesn't have to work so hard.
All right. So basically, your blood vessels also grow more efficient during this, and they grow more efficient at dilating and constricting. And basically, when your blood dilates, it lessens the blood pressure, and it lowers the risk of heart disease.
Yeah, in addition to that, RJ, exercise increases your cholesterol level and prevents building up of plaque within your arteries, which is like a major cause of like heart attack and stroke.
Yeah, and also your blood, chemical or not chemical, but your structure of the blood changes too. During your
Mm,
exercise, your bloodstream becomes more and more efficient at delivering red blood cells, which carry oxygen, and your body becomes more effective at bringing that to your muscles, streamlining kind of how your body works and making it more efficient because it has to work harder. It's going to find these little like hacks to make it more efficient.
yeah, I also think this like translates to your whole body working. Like you don't tire as easily, and your body also like recovers more efficiently. Like I think after you work out.
Well, if your heart is something you must take care of, then I think exercise is probably one of the best things you can do just because it is so efficient at like you streamlining everything and making everything work more efficiently and less hard. So work smarter, not harder. Work out, baby.
Breath by Breath, the respiratory system in action, episode 4. So this will be our last system. We'll be talking about the respiratory system that consists of your diaphragm, bronchi, trachea, and lungs. Like this system serves to bring oxygen into the entire body and like get rid of carbon dioxide.
All right. So when you exercise, your breathing rate increases to accommodate your body's demand for more oxygen. Oxygen is delivered to the lungs and it is added to your bloodstream and delivered to your exercising muscles.
Uh, One thing that in there that works is like your diaphragm, the muscles under your lungs. They get conditioned and they get stronger as you exercise regularly, and you breathe more deeply and effectively, and that can help with like running and all kinds of stuff.
Also, another cool thing your body does when you exercise is your lung capacity can actually increase because um, your body adapts to the constant exercise and like your lung capacity increases, meaning that you can take more air with each breath and your body becomes way more efficient at the gas exchange part that takes place in the alveoli.
This is especially important for like endurance sports like swimming, cycling, or running long distances. Like the healthier respiratory system, the less winded you will remain for the long period of time.
All right, another fun fact here. It reduces your risk for respiratory illness like asthma, bronchitis, and COPD, which is a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, when you pair it with healthy lifestyles.
Next time you find yourself wheezing for oxygen at a health club, remind yourself your lungs are working and are proving to sustain you.
All right. With every breath, you're training your body to work smarter, not harder, making your alveoli work more efficiently and just streamlining your body to become more effective at whatever you want to do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.